Okay, I'm making a little video to show how to put together one of these simple takedown darts, 6-foot hardware store material takedown darts that I've been making. Here I have my connector. This is a potable water NSF-PW 1/2 inch connector. These cost 39 cents at the hardware store where I got them. And then I have two dowel rods. These are poplar. They're actually 7/16 of an inch. I believe I said that wrong. I think I said 3/8 of an inch in my other video, but they're 7/16 of an inch, and they're poplar. So these darts are basically 6 feet long. Have the PEX pile points on them. You could also use any other type of point, like maybe a 125 or 200 grain field point. These weigh about 200 grains, somewhere in that ballpark. And then they're just basically fletched. I already made a video of this entire process start to finish earlier this morning, but forgot to hit the record button on my camera, so lost it. So this time I'm not going to bother showing how to fletch. It's really not what the video is about anyhow. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and take our dowel rods, line them up against the connector so that we're to the halfway line on the connector. I'm going to go ahead and make a mark just so that I can see how far on these dowel rods I need to taper in order to fit into the connector. Now some of these dowel rods, they're actually going to be just right at the diameter necessary to fit in here without any modification. I already noticed that one was. This one, on the other hand, is going to have to be thinned down. Quality control deviances with the dowel rod manufacturer. So I'm going to just go ahead and whittle this down just a hair in order to get it to just barely socket in. And that should be enough. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of sand it off a little, just kind of smoothed off. And then just socket it in. So now these two pieces fit together. They have a fairly light spine and bend. They do not bend through the connector. So that's definitely nice. That's what you want. So now I'm going to take one end of it. I'm going to just kind of taper in just a basic cone, the dimensions of which are not terribly critical, because we're basically going to heat our point in order to mate to it. There's no predetermined size that this has to be. The point is custom shaped to it. So now I'm going to go ahead and sort of round these edges off. And I'm going to go ahead and heat up a point. This is one of my PEX piles. The nice thing about these is that they don't involve ferrule cement or hot glue or anything like that. The material of the socket itself stretches around the cone, around the seating cone, and grips it as it cools down. So if you make this socket long enough and you make the seating cone properly, they will just anchor to one another without needing any kind of glue. Okay, so I'm going to trim off just a bit of this. Might actually mind being done off camera, just because my tile plate is off the edge. So now we're just going to go ahead and socket it on. Just jam it in there. Kind of smooth out the transition there. And there we have it. So this is now a 6-foot takedown dart, minus the dimple, my knock. I'm just gonna kind of bore one in right here really quickly. When I'm using these wood dowels, I like to actually leave kind of a wide shoulder, just kind of a rim around the hole here. Just so that I don't have to apply any kind of binding here to keep it together. I don't take it down to a paper thin edge or anything. And then we would just fletch this. That can be done in any number of ways. I'm going to wind up fletching it with natural feathers, but that's not important or really the focus of this video. So I'll do that later. But now we have a dart that will fly very nicely. And with very little effort, will come apart into 2 pieces for travel and storage. Thank you for watching, and I hope this is useful to somebody.